To my ears at least, there's a great deal of cohesion between the songs.
Yeah.
So was that deliberate, or did that just kind of flow out of those days?
Cohesion, in what way?
Well, in kind of the mood and the tone and.
Well, that's good. That's important. I suppose there was a sense of balance that was falling into place, and not just to do with the pace, the tempos, but the kind of, not just to do with the pace and tempos, but the kind of energy that each song brought across, or mood, or tone within the story. I think, yeah, I think that it was probably a conscious thing, and a fortuitous thing that it just maybe have just happened. But I like to think we didn't. Thomas is the producer. He produced it. It was our minds meeting, and it's all about trusting one another. And also it's about using instinct and letting things happen, being open to things. A song can be a spooky thing, the way that even though you've written it yourself, sometimes it tells you things that you may have overlooked. Initially, it asks for things, it asks for certain clothes, it rejects certain clothes, it asks you in the end, and then you free it. You know, it's
right. Well, in that sense, then, what was the song that kind of changed the most from its initial conception to what ended up on the album?
That's hard to say, because they were all still recognizable as the songs and the sketches. But the sketches were very much sketches, so they were like probably starting points.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's hard. Hard to really answer clearly.
Well, I'd like to go into the songs a little bit more, and then I'll preface this by: is it fair to say that you gravitate more towards the melancholic, sadder songs?
No, probably not fair to say.
This is just my interpretation.
No,
so I'm wondering how
That's a joke. It's okay. It's not for me to say. That's for you to say. I don't seek out anything.
Well, like you say, you don't analyze it, but are you? Are the songs a reflection of your own life or experiences?
That's anything in art. I can't really answer it. Of course, yeah, of course it is. In some way, it's going to be. Otherwise, why would you do it? You know, it's coming from your soul, you know, and it's something possibly that I personally can't really explain very well.
Right.
And I don't really. It's a mystery, and it lifts me up, and I don't really. I don't question it, you know.
Well, let me ask you this then. Is there a song that ended up on the record that surprised you?
Surprised?
Well, both in how it turned out, but also that it was a song that you've written, if that makes sense.
Surprised? You mean Did it surprise me that it turned up on the record, or
it turned out the way it did?
It's not. The thing is, every single one of those songs, to me, had this kind of crackling energy. So I knew they were the right ones to have around. So I wasn't surprised that we were happy with the result. I was happy, just happy.
Right, fair enough. Well, because let's try and go into a song then. Because I'll go for the single, "The Wish." Do you remember? Yeah. Do you remember the starting point for that song?
Yes.
What the mood or?
I have a story for that one. I was in a fever when I wrote it. I get sick sometimes, and you know, like men always complain about when they're sick that they're really sick. You know, you have to know. I had some kind of man flu, and I was in a fever, and I woke up and I went to the piano in my room and played the song. Oh yeah, I had some recording equipment set up, so I just did a rough recording of the song, and I'd written down some words on the page next to my bed in my fever, and then I got up, went and recorded the song once, and went back to bed, went to sleep, and that's how I wrote it. A few days later, I listened to it, and I thought, oh, okay, where did that come from? I'd like to keep it.
But is it like you say that once you kind of rediscover that song, you're not going to delve into it and figure out where it came from?
No, I wouldn't like to do that. Okay. I don't mind people if anyone is interested enough to try and delve into something that I've written and figure it out. That's fine. I don't know. Do you need to?
Well, not necessarily. but the interesting thing is then, once you perform them live, what kind of connection do you have to the songs?
Well, that's the thing. That's the good thing about how it happens in the first place. Because there's when the songs come out, even if they're mysterious, you can feel that they're coming from somewhere deep within you. They've been resonating for some time probably without you realizing, and then you play them live and you resonate again, and hopefully others will resonate also in some kind of way. And it's nothing that I personally feel like I should try and solve as a mystery. So it just is. Right.
Finally then, the album is titled Dark Eyed Messenger. When in the process does a title like that come up?
That's a good question. In fact, it came towards the very end of the record. The record had been mastered and everything. And I knew I still didn't have a title for the record, and I had some artwork that I had done, and then one day I looked at it and I thought it's nice, but nice isn't good enough. So I erased the artwork. Well, I got rid of it from my desk, and then I had a blank page again and no title for the record. But I thought, well, I know the title will just come to me at the right time. So then it did. It just arrived in. It just arrived in the middle of the night, and I knew that's what it was. It was kind of mysterious, and also the artwork was done by this artist from Galway, where I come from, called Louise Manifold, and that piece already existed, but it sort of had a mysterious life of its own. The piece itself was almost lost, and was retrieved again, and then it's this piece that changes anyway. It's got different moving parts. So it was photographed. She photographed it for me again, because I'd seen it, and it stuck in my subconscious, and I couldn't remember where I'd seen this image. Then I figured it out, and I wrote to her, and she said, "Yeah, if you want, if you think it's something that suits your record, absolutely, I'm cool with that." So I was very happy.
Well, one last thing about the visual side of the aesthetics of the album, because well, there was a video for The Wish, which is Coney Island Boardwalk, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
So what was that your idea?
Yes, my idea, but also the idea of the director, because this director called Niall McCann, he and I are making a feature film together at the moment.
Okay.
So during the summer we went to New York. I had a show there and some other things. So he came over to New York at the same time with a small crew to do a New York shoot for the film. He had scenes planned. One of them was on Coney Island, and there's some acting, in the film, and some conversation. It's a drama and a documentary mixed together, I suppose. So that day on Coney Island, it was kind of magical, and we got some amazing work done there. And then when we came back to Ireland, Niall suggested that we make a video from some of the footage from New York. So we looked at it together. There was a sequence shot in the subway that we thought was going to be used as a video for another song, but it seemed to be too much. It seemed to be moving too quickly, and it wasn't bringing anything. It was kind of distracting. So then that made us think of a totally different approach. And I remembered the feeling on Coney Island when we were filming. So I suggested we revisit that footage, and there's this one continuous shot taken from far away, a long shot. And it was clear that was our video, and The Wish it just seemed to shimmer with the image and vice versa. So that was that. We decided.
Very last question. When will people be able to see that movie you're making?
It's going to be premiered in February in Dublin. Sorry. At the Dublin International Film Festival. It's funded by this special award called Real Art in Ireland. They had the good taste to award Niall the funding, so that's really, really great. So yeah, February it's going to be released to the world, and then after that I think it's going to go around to some film festivals. Sorry. I keep laughing. What was I laughing at again? Okay. Yeah, from February on, maybe we'll bring it to the Netherlands.
Okay.
There are a few festivals who have expressed some kind of interest in it already, so that's cool.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it. Adrian, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.